Hey guys, Ice Cold XP here today. Playing Planet Crafter today, and if you don't know, never heard of this game before, I love this game. I've got about 163 hours into it right now. I'm kind of in the in-game stuff right now. They recently released a new update called Toxicity, and that's what I'm playing right now. And I'm a little ways into that already as well. Not anywhere near done, but I'm into it quite a bit, and I figured I'd bring you along while I play today and maybe show you some stuff. And I just want to give a warning that if you don't want to be spoiled on some of the late game stuff, then, you know, just a trigger warning, you might want to start the game new, but you can see where I'm at and what I'm doing, and I think that might be interesting to some people, and I'll kind of explain what I've got going on so far in on this. When you start this game, you start on a different planet, not the one that I'm showing today, because I've gotten past all that. So so I'll show you what I got going on today here. I'm running about 60 frames per second, 4K. I can play at 120 frames per second, but if I'm recording at the same time, I start losing frames and stuff. So so I dropped it to 60 frames per second. I think it still looks great. So of course I'm playing on PC. Okay. Okay, so this is my base on the new planet here. It looked different than this when I got here. The kind of the point of this game is to you land on a planet and it's barren, and there are resources to be found and mined and collected, but the whole point of it on all these planets, including the first one you're on, is to terraform the planet to make it livable. So you know, the sky will be red, so eventually when you get so far, it'll turn blue. Grass will start growing while you're collecting resources, crafting things, and changing the landscape as you go. And it's really cool to see that progression happen while you play the game slowly over time. It makes it a little bit rewarding to see your actions you know, taking place and changing the landscape, and so it's pretty cool. I like it, and I like games that you craft and collect resources and manage the storage of them, and automation and all that type of stuff. I love that. Another thing I'll tell you is, if you look at the bottom of the screen, the bottom left of the screen there's a health bar, water bar, and oxygen bar. Now, you play the game how you like, but I don't like micromanaging my water and oxygen and stuff. When you first start this game, if you play on regular mode, you're gonna have to deal with oxygen, and you have to carry food with you for health, and water with you and everything. I don't like all that stuff. I like exploration and crafting and automation, and you know, just I don't care for that micromanaging my stuff like that. So luckily this game gives you the option. I wonder if I could show it to you here. It's probably just when you start the game, but anyway, you have the options of turning that stuff off, and so if you see that I'm not dealing with any of that, that's why, because I just turned that off. That's not something I enjoy, so I like everything else in this game. And seeing as how I have 163 hours, you know that I'm still enjoying the game without dealing with all that. So so you play it how you like. All right, so where am I at? So this right here is a like transporter device, so you can set these up throughout the planet, and I'll show you the map here. This is the current planet I'm on, and I'm just right here at the starting area, but as you can see, there's a lot of places. I've been a couple places already, but there's a lot of places here that I have not been to yet, so I plan on visiting these places and setting up some more automation stuff, and yeah, good times. So that's a transporter to get me around, And this right here, you create drones and you put them in this machine, and then those drones are like some automation for they will collect resources for you and bring them to storage for you, and it's super convenient. That was a huge huge thing to unlock when it finally becomes available in the game, because that really helps out a ton. These things extract different gases from the planet that you need: oxygen, methane, and what was the other one? Let's see, that's oxygen, methane, and nitrogen. So, and I've got my drones automatically will take from these to my storage. Now this is my building right here. It's mostly about storage, but there's some crafting stations in here and stuff too. So come in here. I like for every material to have its own box, and these are the highest tier boxes that you can have. So you've got all your basic materials like iron. You can see my box is full here, cobalt, and so on and so on and so on. There's tons of stuff, and I don't even now I don't have enough boxes for everything, or at least I don't have them all separated out. I do have a bunch of boxes not being used right now. So but anyway, there's lots going on here, and if I go up these stairs, there's even more here, and I'm sure there will be more added as I go here. Keep things separated and neat. And then through here, I've got all my screens. This stuff is information for my current planet and what's going on and the progress that I'm making. So this screen right here shows your total like terraformation stats, like your oxygen, heat, pressure, biomass, and purification, and you constantly want to see that going up. And the terraformation is the total of terraforming. And if you see here, these are the different stages, and I've completed the vegetation stage, and now I'm headed towards purified oceans at 5% right now. And you can see I got plants going right now, but no insects or animals yet. So that's another thing to work on. This is my planet purification. So my stats here, toxic goo is throughout this planet, and you have to clean it up. And so you can see I've done 494 already out of 2,000, so there's still a lot to do. Toxic areas cleaned 10 out of 32, so I'm making progress there, but more to do. And then at the bottom you can see what I still need to unlock. I literally just unlocked this purification rocket, and there's some other stuff here I've unlocked for this planet, but I've got more to go here, so I'll be working on that too. These are all the planets and moons that this game offers right now up to this point. We're at the beginning of January of 26 right now, and this is currently Toxicity is the most recent one. You start off on Prime, and then Humble is another planet, and then this Selenia and Aqualus are two moons that you can visit and kind of do the same stuff on. And Toxicity is the most recent one, the one I'm on right now. So that's what I'm working on. This shows whatever satellites, rockets that you have circling the current planet. I've added some since I've gotten on, since I've started this planet. So you got some information rockets and then some terraformation ones, and they add that oxygen, heat, pressure, plants, and everything, insects, animals. I haven't reached the animal and insect stage yet, but once I do, those will start coming into effect there. But I've already shot off some of these rockets, and maybe I'll show you that, what that looks like. These are just messages, more of the story type stuff, and honestly, I have read all of this, but I don't really remember a whole lot about it. I think the gist of the story is you're a prisoner, and your sentence is basically to, as a one-man show, you land on a planet and you terraform it. And I guess you do that for so long, and you kind of earn your freedom from that point. So I kind of already like beat the game before the latest update, but then they added a planet, and so I came here and did that too. But so anyway, what else we got here? We got a map, which I already have access to without this screen, but I've got it there anyway. This is power, so you need power on those planets and moons to build everything. Everything that you build takes some amount of power. So you can see I'm using 4,566 kilowatts of power, and right now I have power production of 5,998. And so as you keep building stuff, you need to add more power, you know. So I've got 4 nuclear fusion generators right now and 3 solar panels, tier 2. So that's what I'm working with there. And these are unlocks. Got a couple things to still unlock with blueprints here. So that is all of those. This is a crafting machine for these quartz. And a few fuses too, and you use those in different machines and things. This is an advanced crafting station. Lots of stuff here to unlock. Backpacks, higher tier jetpacks, etc. This is like, I think this is the first crafting machine that you unlock in the game, and there's some personal stuff. If you look at my inventory, let me see if I can pull it up. Okay, the gear that I'm wearing, and there's different levels to some of this gear, and this toxic planet has its own gear, so that's kind of what you use this crafting station to get some of that gear. But also, if you go into your inventory or into your this screen right here, there's stuff to craft in here. You can craft things directly from your menu. This is exclusive to the Toxicity planet. It was one of the updated crafting machines, and it has some specific stuff to this planet to craft. And what do we got here? You collect these things on the top row on this planet, and then you put them in this storage box, and it'll create these things that you use to craft other things, and they end up in this box here when it's done. So that's what that is. And this is this machine crushes items from one form to their base form. So if you got something extra of whatever, you can put it in here. None of this stuff I have in here right now is even, you know, it doesn't even work in this machine, but I was trying to just get rid of them. I thought I would try and see if it would work, but they don't do anything, so I'll probably actually just trash those. But when it's done, that's what goes in this box. So I had put something in here that had cobalt in it, and I've got so much cobalt I don't even need those. But anyway, and this is just a trash, I don't know what you call it, shredder, I think. And you just put stuff in here if you got no use for it. And yeah, so like for me, it's going to be all this stuff right here. Beginning of the game, you will want to keep this stuff, but I've got more than I could ever use, so I'm going to put them in this machine. These spacesuits really aren't, I've got a bunch of them, and they don't really do anything. They change the way you look, but playing first person, you don't even really see yourself, so I still got some saved up. But just hit this button, and that deletes them, so that's what that is. So if I go up these stairs, and this is just an empty room I haven't done anything with. I thought maybe I would use it for more storage, but I haven't needed it yet, so I'm going to go up again. And this is called the Bio Lab, and it's essentially another crafting machine. You can craft some bio stuff, mutagens, animal food for when you get animals. You got fertilizer. You need these bio nuggets for different things, bacteria, samples, fabric. That's what that's for. So there's different use cases for that. And these things are awesome because what they are, they're, forget what they're called. I was going to say trade rocket, but there's actually something else called a trade rocket. These are interplanetary exchange shuttles. So what these will do is really awesome. You can set up automation on some of your other planets. So like your first and second planets, I would set up as much automation as possible before you leave that planet, and then you can make these on your moons and on this planet and whatever, all of them, and you can send them to those planets to get materials and things that maybe you can't get on your current planet, or it's harder to get on that planet, and they just bring them back to you. So Toxicity is where I'm at now. Come over here to this terminal, and so Humble for me has a lot of stuff, so I can choose Planet Humble, and this is the stuff that I have on Planet Humble. It's starting to rain right now. And so say I need super alloy, and I don't have an easy way right now to get that on this planet, or I haven't gotten that far yet. So I can just choose that. You can only do up to 25 total in one of these shuttles. So 25, and then come over here and launch it. Now that's going to go all the way to Planet Humble, which is the second planet that you can visit. It's going to get that super alloy and come back. And right now it's going to take 582 seconds. Now, there are some other machines that you can build that'll speed that up. I don't have any right now. So, I think I might grab a few things since I'm over here anyway. Uraninite, dolomite, bauxite. I don't think you can get that stuff on this planet, and I may not even need it. Okay, let's get some of that. Launch it. What else? I don't think there's anything I'm really hurting for right now, but it doesn't hurt since I'm already here to go ahead and get some. That number right next to the plus minus there is how many are available on that planet. Let's see. Let's get some bacteria. Fertilizer. Some random mutagens. Tree bark. That's fine. I'm playing with controller, which makes menus a little more like all I gotta do is go right, and I can't. I have to go all the way up before it'll let me go right, which is weird. I just prefer playing with controller. I'm just more comfortable with that. I'm not super comfortable playing games with the keyboard. I know that's something I should work on, but I've just been a console guy forever up until the last year or so. I started playing everything on PC, so I am just more comfortable with the controller, and I just have not spent the time getting comfortable with mouse and keyboard. So let's see. Come over here. What else do I need here? I think I'm gonna grab some silk. Some bee larvae. Got some fuses here. It's good to have fuses. Okay. See that? I'm at the bottom and it let me go right. But if I come up here, this is just so weird. It's letting me do it now. See, right here, I can't go right. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. You know, to launch the shuttle, the cursor won't go over if I press right. But down here it would, and up at the top it would. So it's weird. Anyway, send that. Okay, so right now I'm going to empty my inventory here. And remember I said I had drones, right? If you look in here, I've got all these drones here that'll work for me. And what I'll do, I could go to each one of these containers and put this stuff in each one myself and run around here like crazy trying to figure out where everything is, and I still do that sometimes, but when I'm looking for something in particular. But since I have drones, I can set them to automatically pick up from any container and drop off at any container where that item goes. So I've set this up. This is a auto crafter, so what I can do here is, so this is my inventory on the left, auto crafter on the right. I can choose any of these items right here, and this auto crafter will automatically pull from inventory from my storage boxes and make that item. So for instance, I can choose this super alloy rod, right? There it goes. It automatically makes those rods for me. And then I turn it off here. And then my drones swoop in and grab them and go take them to the box that I told them to take it to, which is super convenient. So not only will it do that way, but I can take items from my inventory and move them into this box. And you can see my drone grabbing them right there and taking them where they belong. There's some stuff I don't have places for, but most of it I do. Like these explosives, I don't have anywhere for them to go right now, and I need to make a box for that. But and all the seeds, kind of the same deal. So this mutagen will go, obsidian will go. The fuses I have all in one box, so I don't have them set to, you know, individually each different one, because I've got them all in one box. So I'm just, and I'm gonna probably scrap these flares. I don't need them. So these pristine mushrooms are a little harder to come by on this planet. You need them for lots of stuff, so I always grab them when I find them. So I'm gonna throw those in there. Oops. And my drones will come grab them real quick. Okay, I got a rocket engine here. They'll come get that too. There it goes. Okay, so I know that in this room, oops, I've got seeds and plants right here. And it is almost full. Matter of fact, I got another box in the next room. They fill up so quick. You can auto sort by pressing in on the left trigger, not the left trigger, the left thumbstick, and that sorts them. So that's cool. And now these fuses, go ahead and get rid of them. Here we go, fuses. See, I should probably do one box for each type of fuse, but I've been throwing them all in one box. Okay, and then I like to sort them. And there's a lot more fuses than this. I don't have all of them. And these flares, I think I can break those down by putting them in this recycler here. I believe. And even then, the materials I get from it, I'll probably end up scrapping, because it's probably basic stuff that I have tons and tons of, basically an unlimited supply of. These explosives, I can show you what it looks like to set up the automation for one of these boxes. So I've got explosives. These are all empty, so what I'll do is I can put these explosives in here, right? And then at the bottom right of the screen, you see where it says logistics system. Hit that button, and you can set this box to demand something, meaning those drones need to bring it here, or supply either a particular thing or everything. So I'm gonna demand those explosives. So I just gotta find it in here, and that's at the bottom there. Boom, there's the explosives. And now those drones, if I have any of those explosives in a box that will, the supply, it's set to supply everything, and I drop explosives in that box, those drones will automatically bring it to this box. So super convenient. And if I wanted to set this container as a supplier, then I can do that right here. And so I can choose one particular item for it to supply, or I can come down here and say everything. So I'm going to turn that off and go back to the explosives. So, and then I need to type in, I need to name it so I know what it is. There we go. And so now that's set up. What else have I got? That's it. All right, now that that's done, I'll show you where I'm going. Look at the map here. This is my base as it is right now. And if I back up here, back out, this building right here is where I'm at, where I'm currently working. There's an area down here that I was getting this material from, tungsten, I believe it is. And I've done a bunch of stuff there, went through all the buildings and everything. And then there's another place on, where is it at? Oh, right up here. I've also done the same thing here. And the water is toxic as well on this planet. So you can see this kind of light green. That means it's toxic, and you put certain machines in there to purify it. And so I got to do that with all these lakes and stuff in this on this planet here. And you can see the darker color that's going on here is that water is already detoxified. I believe it's finished. It was either working on it or it's finished. I'm sure this one's finished. So, and this little pond here close to my base is also done. So anyway, I've already got a fast travel teleporter already set up over here. So that's where I'm headed. And that's a pretty big little facility there. So, and you can see, this is what I call home, but then I've got these other four, the bases that I showed you. This is the current one that I'm going to right now. These teleporters become really, really helpful once you unlock those two. So I'm at that big facility. I'm gonna head inside. There's some junk laying around, but for the most part, those are, if I can scrap them like this, deconstruct them, and they'll give me some basic materials. But like I said, with the basic materials, I've got plenty of everything. I don't really need to mess with it, unless I just want to clean it up, which sometimes I do. Okay, got this hallway here. Now look out these windows. That's that toxic goo that I was talking about that you have to clean up from this planet. I got to go and clean all that up, and then it'll kind of detoxify the area. And maybe I'll go over here and work on those. See what that looks like. See. And I've upgraded my gun here to do this a lot quicker than when you first get here. You can see in this particular area, I've done 36 out of 74 of these. So there's a bunch of them around to do. You have a jetpack, so you can kind of fly a little bit. You don't get to go too high, but it's convenient. Okay, let's get these. That little bubble there just means I cleaned the immediate area, not very far out. So come a little further, and there we are again. But I believe that also means, like, I can't build anything as long as it's got this toxic stuff in the air, right? But if I come back here to where I just cleaned it, I want to say right here, then I can build here. I don't really have any materials to build anything right now, but let's go ahead and, yeah, see that? There's one of those machines back at the my home base. You can put this stuff into. You can look and see what it looks like. Toxic goo. Put that in there, and it'll create a different product that you can use. Let's see. You're always running out of inventory space. That's for sure. And I've got the max size backpack that you can have right now. But even with that, I'm constantly running out of space. So, and these containers, I like to grab everything. And what I can do is I can unload this toxic goo into these crates, into these boxes, and that gives me more inventory space to keep cleaning, and then later I can come back and grab these. But it allows me to be here a little bit longer. Okay, let's see. Before I have to go back to the home base and empty my inventory. $68 out of 74. 6 more somewhere. Maybe this is all of them. Let's see. Okay, yep, 2 more. Alright, now this area is clean. Now I can build here. I can put my teleporter right in here, or anything else that I want to. Got an elevator here to go up and down. Okay. I wanted to find where I just came in from. Let's go down here. Probably gonna take some damage. Oh, no, okay. Okay, so I'm going to take these elevators down to the very bottom. This was filled with water all the way to the first floor there, but you find these little machines here. They're purification filters, whatever you want to call it, and you put these fuses. I had to find fuses, and then when you put the fuse in here, it activates this machine, and the water drains and goes lower and lower, and I had to do that 2 or 3 times, and I think there's still another level yet that I haven't done because I don't have the fuses. Oops, I fell. Okay. See, you can see where I was down here before and was trying to make inventory space. Okay. It doesn't look like you can go through here, even though that looks like a doorway, but I don't believe you can get past these rocks, so. Okay. Let's see, there's another machine with 2 fuses. Here's where the water level is right now, and it will go down again, but I need to find fuses. Here, I need 3 of them, and I've got none. So, those fuses that I have back at my home base are not the correct ones, so I don't know. I may have to craft them if that's possible. I'm not sure yet. Some oxygen containers here. Bunch of stuff in here as well. I'm gonna drop off this goo for now. Okay. So yeah, I gotta figure out how to get them fuses. Swap that out for some inventory room. What else have I got here? Okay. None of this stuff is that I'm getting right now is super vital, but because I've got a lot of it already, but I'm just collecting to add to my base over there. So, like I said at the beginning of the video, I don't have to worry about health so much, other than you can see my health bar is down a little bit, and that's just because I still take fall damage, and there's nothing I can do about that. If I fall from too big of a height, I will take fall damage, but I can go under normal circumstances. I'm sure you can't go in this water without taking damage, but it doesn't hurt me, so I can actually go a level down, and it's not really a problem. Whereas I'm sure it wasn't intended to be able to do this, but that's okay. So I can still kind of explore down here, and it's almost like I have flight because I can go anywhere I want here. Look in these boxes. More stuff. Looks like I'm gonna have to make another trip back to the base. Those are some big crystals. Haven't been over here yet, so this is osmium, and you do use that for a lot of stuff. This will be a good place. Once I drain this, I can put an extractor down here and just get all the osmium I want without having to do the work. What do we got here? There's some fuses here, but not the ones that I want. I'll put some of these seeds up. These are just empty fuses. I want this one right here, though. And that. I'm gonna have to come back for this stuff. Right now, there's a storm outside. That's what we're hearing, is asteroids or meteors or whatever hitting the planet. Where are we here? Can I go up? Guess not. Can't really see anything in here, so I'm ready to get out of here. Okay. Come on now. Right. So, I think what I'm going to do is move a teleporter down to that bottom layer. I doubt I can make one right now. 2 pulsars. Ooh, actually I can. Just grab 2 of those pulsar quartz that I saw. Where were they? There we go. Of course, my inventory is full. What can I drop? Really, I can drop any of this stuff. I already know I don't need these oxygen capsules. I've got maximum amount of those already. So I'm gonna grab these. And yeah, now I can make one, so I don't have to make such a long trip all the way down these elevators and stuff. I can come straight to the bottom. Matter of fact, I'll put it close to that that thing that needs the fuses. That way I can come right to it when I have those fuses. So that's what I'm gonna do. Build this teleporter. Choose the direction here. I couldn't build this before because of the toxicity, but I've cleaned that out now, so that's why I'm able to do it now. So put it there, and then usually want to name it something. Move this. I don't know. bottom of facility. That'll work. Okay. And so now you can see directly from here, I can go straight home, no problem, empty my stuff, and I can come right back there. Super convenient. Otherwise, you have to go travel the entire distance, and it's not fun to do that. All right, so like I did before, I'm just going to drop stuff in here. If the drones don't take it, it's either because the box is totally full and there's no more room for it, which is the case with these super alloys, or I don't have a box set up for it yet. But this case I do. So what I can do here is go to this super alloy rod, which, as you can see, takes 8 super alloys and an aluminum, and I can just make that, and that will make room in my box for more super alloy, so I'm not wasting anything. Okay, so I made 2 of them, so we know that took 16. So, and you can see those super alloys disappeared. So, okay. Let them do all the sorting so I don't have to. That's okay, good. Okay, so I have a fuse I'm going to put away. Almost out of room in this box. And these seeds, and I know I'm out of room there. So, I'll just make another one. I should probably do their own box for each kind, but I just haven't wanted to do that yet. Oops. More asteroids landing. Okay. I'm not setting up automation for this because there's so many different types of these. So there's that. What else do I got? Okay. Now, so I think I'm ready to go to a new location. Well, let me look at something real quick. I've been waiting to unlock this T3 ore extractor, so I can set automation for particular materials, collecting particular materials. There is a T1 and a T2, but and I do have some I think T1s already set up, like 4 of them for the basic materials, but for the more advanced materials you need the T2, and then when you use the T2 you can't choose what item you want it to extract. It just will extract a bunch of stuff, and the problem with that is, say it extracts 4 or 5 different items from the ground, and you're full, your boxes are all full of 4 of the 5, and so your drones will stop pulling from that box once the extractor, I mean the box for the extractor has a box on board and some storage. So if you need one particular kind out of the 5, and those boxes on the extractors are full of the ones you don't need and you don't have room for, well then they can't keep producing, and your drones won't pick up the ones that are full in the box. So if that makes any sense. So the T3 lets you choose the particular item that you want extracted from the ground, and so it's best to just get that unlocked. But as you can see, it says I need 10.00 MPU before I can unlock that, start using it, building it, and that number is up here. See that bottom 4.72 MPU? I need 10 before I can do that. That's the purification number. So, and I just unlocked a purification rocket, and I have no idea what materials it's going to take to make that. Now I'll show you what I do with the rocket. Right there is my rocket platform. You build particular rockets that will either add like heat, oxygen, pressure, and toxicity cleaning, which is our purifying. That's the one I just unlocked. So let's go check that out and see what is it going to take for me to build that? Hopefully I have the materials already. Come up here, look at this screen. Okay, all the way, well, I can show you these. This one gives you 1,000% pressure for your planet. This one's heat, plants, oxygen, insect. This provides mapping, which I already have, not only for that screen in my base, but also on myself. And then the satellite is just gives you that better mapping to see more on your map. Better geolocation to the mapping screen is what that is. And this one's just an upgraded version of that. And again here, allows you to move the map. I guess in the beginning you can't move the map. It's been a while since I've unlocked that stuff because that was early game stuff. And then you got map information, which tells you what rockets are in the sky right now around your planet, which I showed earlier. And this one shows where organic things are on the map, just gives you more map information. And then your drone visualization, literally you can look at the map and see what your drones are doing. Right now I don't have my drones moving at all, but if they were actually doing something right now, you'd see them moving back and forth from my base to, you know, wherever it's getting materials from. It's pretty cool to see that. And then these are just upgraded ones of the earlier ones that give, see this one's plant 5,000 multiplier, so they're just bigger versions. But now I've just unlocked this purification rocket. I believe I can make one of those. What's cool is I can hit Y here and pin that to the top of my screen. So gives 1,000% purification multiplier. I wonder if there's a upgraded version of that in that list. Probably, but I think I can make this one pretty easily. So let's go see. The highest, the hardest, I guess, item is that little canister. Those 2 canisters. I think I have some though. Right here. No, is that it? Hold on. Yeah, so I've only got 2 right now, but I think I can make more. Let's just go see. I like to shoot off more than 1 rocket while I'm up there. Okay, so let's see. Here we go. You can see, oops. You can see what it needs there. Purification capsule, purified water, and pristine mushroom. That pristine mushroom's a little rarer to find. Show you where those are. Man, these storms are crazy. That's how many I got of those. Show you what this looks like out there. And that can cause damage if they land on top of me. That can actually hurt me. Now there are other types of asteroids that when they land there will be chunks of let me show you. Iridium, these things, and then uranium, this green one here. But the ones that are shooting off right now, I don't think they give you anything. These were already here. Well, maybe not. I'm not sure. These are my drills giving me pressure. I don't think those asteroids were really giving me anything unless it was these although I think these were already here, but maybe this osmium? I don't think so, though. Sorry if that was really loud while that was going on. My osmium, I think, is full. It's right here. Oh, almost full. And iron being a basic material, like, I've always got tons of it. See, I need more silicon. This is what I was explaining earlier, was I need more silicon, and I've got machines, extractors already going, but I don't have that T3 one, right? So the other ones are blocking my ability to get the silicone. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here. I've got them up here on this hill. So these machines will give you all these basic materials, and you can see everything but silicone is in here, and my drones don't need, my boxes are full of all these materials, so the only thing I can really do is take them all and it'll start extracting more. I know it's got a picture of magnesium down there, but it'll provide all these up here and silicone. Now it has a chance, since it's empty, to pull silicone out of the ground. That's why I need the T3 extractor, so I can just choose specifically which materials I want. As soon as I unlock those, that'll be one of the first things I do, is set that up. So I don't even need any of these materials. So what I was doing is just coming over here and dropping them. I mean, just don't need them. So I can drop all this stuff. I could put them in that shredding machine back at my base, but I could also just drop them here. So that's what I'm doing. And this will help provide that silicone that I need to fill my box. Okay. Right. These are the power for the planet, really. I was going to say for my base, but really for the whole planet. You can put them anywhere. They don't have to be within proximity of your base. I can literally put them on the other side of the planet, and they'll provide power to the planet, which I thought was cool. When I first started this game, I was confused because I thought it had to be like close by or something, but no. And that goes the same with those pressure and heat and oxygen. Anything you put down, like way off in the distance there, or my pressure machines, doesn't matter where you put them, they work. So that's really cool. And I'll probably need to make some more of those before too long. So let's come up with a plan here. What am I doing? I want to keep exploring the planet, and also going towards high value materials. Like right now, I don't have a way of getting aluminum besides using those shuttles. So that'd be a good place to go for aluminum. It really doesn't do much good until, I mean, unless I want to pick it up off the ground myself, until I get those extractors going. But here's a big base right here that I have not been to yet. And so I'm sure there's a lot of toxic goo and whatnot going on there. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. And looks like over here we've got uranium, obsidian, super alloy, and those toxic spores. So there's a big base or something going on here too. So where do we want to go first? Let's see. I think I think I'm gonna come down here. So we'll call that the southwest base. So let's see. I think that's where I'm gonna head. So let's see. Oh, I like to get the materials for a teleporter on me. So let's see, let's come up here. Oh, I didn't shoot that rocket off that I meant to do earlier. Got sidetracked. Let me do that while I'm here. It's so easy to get sidetracked. So let's do 3 of them. So I need 6 of those. I need 3 rocket engines. 6 polymer. I think that's upstairs, I believe. right here. Okay. I need 6 of them for 3 rockets. And I need 3 tungsten, which is down here. Alright, now let's go build us a rocket real quick. What is that, zeolite? Oh, cool. Oops. Okay. Yeah, this will help speed up the detoxification of the planet. So so 3 of them be 3,000%. All right, let's shoot that guy off. See what that looks like. There it goes. I'll show you something funny. If you do 2 of them too quick, they attach to each other and do some goofy stuff. So let's do that real quick. Oh, I just unlocked the blueprint. So you can see they're connected. Okay, so they'll still be active as if they're orbiting my planet. It's a graphical thing, so they're back there. After a little bit, they'll disappear, but they'll be active on my planet, so that's all good. So now we can go back and look at the speed of that detoxification. See what it looks like. I'll go over here. So let's what I wanted to do is go ahead and put this zeolite away first. Oh, forgot to turn this off earlier, so it's used a bunch of my resources to make those. Okay, so when I go to this new place that I haven't been before, I want to have a teleporter ready to go. So I'm going to pin this and grab these materials real quick. I only need 1, so everything else is downstairs. So I need an obsidian, a zeolite, which I literally just put away. I need an osmium, which let's see, it is easy to get turned around with all these boxes in a circle like this and to get dizzy. And then I need 2 of these pulsar quartz. So now, as long as I can build, I can't build in toxicity areas until I've cleaned them up, but I can kind of come to the border of it and build this transporter, and then go and you know, collect everything I need to collect and the goo and everything, and then jump back in my teleporter, put it all away, and then teleport right back. So that's kind of the plan with that. And another thing I tried was just building a storage box in that same area of where I'm going, and instead of jumping in the teleporter, putting them in that storage box and having my drones come and get them. But I found that just took way too long. The drones aren't that fast. I mean, they're fast when you see them up close, but over long distances, they take a long time. And so it was just kind of a waste of time, and they were just too slow. And it's way faster for me to just jump in the teleporter, drop everything off, and jump back in the teleporter. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, so what's the closest way to get down there? I would say come in here, but I put my teleporter way at the bottom of that, I believe. Didn't I? Let's just go. Bottom of facility. Oh, I still have my old teleporter, so yeah, we'll go to that one. Matter of fact, I could have just used the stuff from this one. This is the building I was talking about. I had a box here. It just wasn't worth it. And you can't build a box just anywhere. It has to be like in something that you've built. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete that. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and delete this too. And now my inventory is already half full. So the basic materials, the most basic ones that I don't need, because my boxes are full anyway, I'm gonna drop those. Don't need them. Silicone, I don't know, I guess I'll take the silicone. Keep everything else. Now, I am supposed to be going, what, southwest? Well, from here it's just west. So I'm gonna head west. And there'll probably be some toxic areas to clean up on the way. Oh, look at this. So I've only just reached this area and it is totally toxified. Okay, so do I just clean this whole area or do I go on to my facility? I think I'm gonna pass right through this. If I didn't have my health modifier on, I'm sure this stuff would actually kill you. And there is a purification thing that you keep on yourself, a filter, and allows you to stay in toxic areas longer. But again, I don't. What is that? Locked, I just unlocked something. It allows you to stay in those toxic areas longer, but I don't have to worry about that, and I'm glad because I don't want to have to worry about that. Don't judge me. I don't care. Infinite health. It's all good. See if I can fly over this. Yeah. Okay. It's a pretty big place. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a teleporter. Can I put it here? Let's just see. Yes. See, if I come further in, you see I get this message, I can't build here till I remove all that goo. But if I come just over here, then I'm good to go. Okay. So these are circuit boards. And you do need circuit boards, especially when you first get on a planet. You really need a lot of them for your drones, for lots of stuff. What's this? Oh, okay. How's my inventory looking? Not a lot left. What do we got here? I'm gonna put the goo in here. So these Terra tokens you use in another part of the there's these trade rockets and there's a terminal there and you can buy stuff through those terminals with those trade rockets, and that's what these Terra tokens are. And I just kind of collect them. Okay. Oop. I'm gonna consume it, so that just gives me those tokens. Okay. And it looks like I already need to make a trip back. Drop these off. Before you get these drones, you're on your own. You gotta go put all this stuff up however you like to organize things. Okay, I got one fuse, or an empty fuse. Okay. And go put these plants away. Seeds. Okay. And this is what I'll do when I go to a new area. And see what else there is to discover while I'm out and about. Let me see. This box here. See, I can go collect goo and throw them in this box. Allows me to stay a little longer without going back to the base. Okay. $132 of them in this area, so there's a lot. Need to keep an eye out for those fuses that I need for that other facility. Let's see. Have you guys ever played No Man's Sky before? It's got some similarities to that. I like that game. I bought it when it originally released, and everyone was hating on it because they overpromised and under-delivered. But over time, it has become every bit as good as they promised originally. It just took years and years and years to get there. It is raining again. Okay, not a lot of goo over here. There's a box. Normally I'd go ahead and get rid of those boxes, but I'm kind of keeping them around in case I need to empty some inventory here. So you guys tell me, what kind of games do you like playing? And more specifically, are there more games like this that I might be interested in, where there's exploration, crafting, like inventory management and storage management, stuff like that? Automation, I love that type of stuff. Without the enemies and without, you know, worrying about your health and without the survival aspect, really, is what I'm talking about. Because even though I know this is a survival crafting game, I don't care for the survival stuff. I want the crafting and exploration, and that's the stuff that I like. Anyway, if you have any suggestions, let me know. Some of those games like this one have those elements that you can just turn off, and I'd be interested in that too. So what else here? What's that? I think that's uranium. Yeah, uranium. Oh, my inventory is full. If I could find a box somewhere. I couldn't tell you where those last couple were. Maybe in these buildings there's usually some boxes. What's this? Got some underwater areas around here. That's cool. It's like storage. Nope, nothing there. Do I need to take any of this right now? Not really. But I know I want to come back. What's this? I'll take that rocket engine. I guess there's glass here or something. It won't let me in there. It's like a vault. Oh, another one. Well. Organize this a little better. Okay. I probably need to just stop exploring and get rid of all this goo so I can put a transporter around here. But I am almost out again. Okay. Now I gotta remember where I put it. I think it's to my right here. Yeah, well, you can put a beacon down. That beacon right there is from a different location. And it helps you find your way a little better. Dude, I have no idea. Oh, okay, here we go. So let me see. I don't know if I have materials for a beacon right now, but let's see. It'd be really helpful. Titanium, silicone, and aluminum. Well, I think I'm just gonna drop a few things here. Well, I'll bring it back. I'll bring it back. Run home real quick. So you can kind of see the gameplay loop, you know, explore, gather, craft, and if you enjoy that sort of thing, then this should be right up your alley, and it is mine. I like it. And then as you're doing that, you see the planet kind of come to life through your actions, which is cool. So I wonder if my microplastics is full. Yeah, totally full. Maybe I make another box of them. think I'm gonna do that. One day I want to really organize all of these better as far as grouping things, similar things together and like things together. I've really just been concentrating on getting everything in a box so I don't have to worry about it. So anyway, let me go back and get that microplastic here. Put these fuses up. Okay, let me go make that box real quick. Okay. And then set the demand for it. Okay, now they'll move. If the other one's full, they'll move to this one. I'm not sure if they both had room, how it would prioritize which one. I really don't know how that would work, but since that one's full, they'll definitely come to this one. And I've got more seeds. And I don't need this little canister of nitrogen here. Now, I wanted to make a beacon next to my teleporter. So, let's see. Oh, there it is. Oops. Some real basic materials here. Iron, silicone, and aluminum. Jump back in. And then I can build that. Oh, what did I do? Oh, I thought it was... Dadgummit. It was supposed to be titanium, not iron. And it's already been refilled behind me, so... titanium. Cool. See how useful these teleporters are? It's just so quick to jump back and forth. Now I can put my beacon down. And you can name it. I don't really even have a name for it. Goo. You can even change the color of it right here. You can use this to change the color. Matter of fact, I've already got a blue one, so let's just go to red. Now, if I can't find the teleporter, like where am I at? I easily get lost. You can see, let me go around the corner here. Boom, you got that red. I can go straight towards that. Super helpful there too. Although I don't know why the transporter itself doesn't have its own little light source, but I guess that's what the beacon is for. All right. Got a few other games that I picked up during the last Steam sale, and you know, I've got like some games like kind of like Stardew Valley. I do have Stardew Valley as well, but I don't know if y'all would be interested in seeing me play like Sunhaven and what was the other one? Beacon Pines. I got some more games like that I picked up just because I wanted to try them myself. So we'll see. Maybe I'll put those on YouTube as well. Seems like most streamers right now are playing Arc Raiders, and I'll just be honest with you, man. I have tried to play that a couple times. I bought it and I've picked it up and I can't get into it. Maybe it's just me because Everyone seems to love that game, but some are frustrated by it. But I don't know. I'm just not into it. Maybe I would be if I put more time into it, but I like these types of games, and lately I've been playing more indie games than AAA games. Don't get me wrong, I love my AAA games when, you know, when particular publishers put out certain games. I always look forward to. Like, I'm waiting on Elder Scrolls to come out with the next one. Can't wait for Grand Theft Auto 6. That's going to be good. I got to play. That's going to be PlayStation only, though. I'm not going to be able to play that on PC. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll get the PlayStation 5 hooked up to my PC. I've never done that before. I know it has its own recording features, but I'd like to do it through my PC and through OBS is what I'm using right now for my recordings. We'll see. I know there's ways to do it. I think I got to get an Elgato capture device or something. I've never used one of those before, but I might do that. We'll see. Where am I at? 87 out of 132. Inventory is just about full. Okay. Let's just go empty this inventory again. Well, this recording's gone on about an hour and 24 minutes. So I probably need to go ahead and cut this. It's going to be a long one. So, but you kind of get the gist of how this game works. I mean, you didn't really see me craft too much stuff, but I tell you what, once you get into this game, you really get addicted to it, and it's a lot of fun, and I really enjoy it, and maybe you will too if you ever want to try it out. It's on Steam. On PC, maybe it'll come to consoles one day. It has great controller support, except for a couple little menu things, no big deal. But I've played the entire thing with controllers. So anyway, that's all I got for now, guys. And if you're interested in this content, or you want to see some more games and see me playing maybe this, maybe Last Caretaker, maybe some of those other indie games, just whatever I happen to feel like playing, that's what I'll be playing. So anyway, you guys have a really good day, and thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you're interested, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.